Greetings and salutations, Ben here. Big Hoss there. Y'all right in there? I'm pointing at the chat.
There they are. Look at them. Chat.
Yeah, I looked for Big Hoss. Like, Le Grand Fromage, but I didn't.
Oh my.
No. So, yeah.
How could you?
It's not the first time Charles has been a super sub, but I figured I'd actually put it right in the title. Thank you very much, Charles. Amazing folks. This is twice now. Our friend Charles Green has come up with an issue or something, and Charles75. But a fun fact: Charles75N is still going to give us the guitar lesson provided by Robin Crosby tonight, folks. I don't know. I just want to say, wait, excuse me, Coombs? But no, we're going to do that 2 weeks from tonight. 2 weeks from tonight. So, heal up, Charles Green. And, welcome my good friend, the good doctor himself, Dr. Johnny P. No, Dr. Charles Fabric. Charles Fabric. Yeah, that's the new name. Dr. Charles Fabric. Hi, everybody. Yeah, sure.
Well, thanks for having me in and on and about.
I know when I'm talking like that, you're like, why? Why do I always say yes when he texts? I can say no. You can't, folks.
Well, it was referred to on my show earlier today as Charles swapping.
It's a whole other fetish. Charles swapping. Ooh. Oh, reminds me. I forgot to clip it. I was gonna have a little set, like an audio GIF, like a video, just a little clip. So I'm watching, because as I do before I fall asleep, and I watch an old or two episode of MASH.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was for 5 o'clock Charlie episode, right? So Hawkeye and Trapper coming in, they got the lawn chairs, they got the thermos with the martinis, and they're all talking, very blue blood, and they're sitting in the lawn chair, and they just do a quick cut, because the plate, and he's Charles, and I'm like, I should have clipped that. Charles was here. I'm like, yes,
that would have been good. That would have been good.
And I'm like, I should have, and then I forgot, because to quote Dr. Hook in the Medicine Show, I was high and stoned and I missed it. Not commenting on that. And yes, Chris, we will be in touch. We got a bunch of people in here already. I'm going to go way back in the Wayback Machine. Someone got into a stash because he's saying must see TV. Easy. Right. And then Jim's agreeing because he got the Water Buffalo and the horns. And then we've got Herb of Fireside Studio.
Hello there, Herb.
Here. We've got our good friend Hobo Roadie in the house. I was like, every time I see the key, I'm like, what's KO? I'm like, King of Tone, because Pedalhead. I'm like, no, right, it's the Keep on Trucking dude. Right.
There you go.
Oof, okay. Paul McNary, all the cats, and two kids. I assume. That's why I assume, because they're smaller. So that's why they fit in their entirety. There we go. We've got Arth, the dog said. I like that name. Terry's 333 Gs. William Bologna. Our music-in-law, Ryan Hall. ... Y'all.
I heard he went shopping.
Oh, he went shopping. Stop. Just be Randy Crooks is here. Great to see Randy in here. Still a little in love with his Lester Palfus.
It's a nice little. It's a nice.
Well, not to throw Randy under the bus, but I'm just thinking a recent Water Buffalo meeting, right, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's like, just get an up phone. They're the exact same as a Gibson, same thing. And then he gets the, and I'm not bashing a phone, fine product. However, there is a difference. I'm like, easy, Randy. There is a difference. No, I'll say. And then he gets himself a Gibby, and he's like, holy fuck me. You all got to get one of these. I'm like, exactly. Yeah. So, welcome to the club. I can say I was a member.
When you know.
It's a nice one. Who else we got in here? But yeah, so tangents. Oof, me. They're all talking to each other. Oh, Chris is here. Unfucking believable.
Hello there.
Eston Ray, Mr. Anderson 59, Wayne McConnell, and Greg Zeppelin, and Elbars. That I think they got a short bus and they all came together.
Well, and Lee there, he was on on OU812 earlier today, and guy can play.
He's a picker. He's a picker.
He certainly play.
That he is. We got our good friend Ronnie here. Good evening, people with guitars. I like that. Gret Zeppelin. Bird Burful. Mark Taft, my life roadie.
Oh, there, Mark.
Symmetry. Never heard of him.
Trev.
Slept in today. I noticed he missed your show today, Charles.
He did, but I did get a nice little comment that he was watching the replay.
Well, and he also missed Pete Thorne, so I think you're in good company.
There you go.
There you go.
Hopefully he watched me before Pete Thorne.
I don't know. And we got our good friend McCollum Music in the house. He was showing off guitars yesterday, I believe. I think he did. Yes.
Well, he was there.
That's right. Because I'm like, Charles, can you solo a fellow out? You're like, I'm not driving, dude. I'm like, oh, easy there, buddy. Yeah. Josh Tamberg is here. Hope your daughter's feeling better.
Certainly.
She acted all over the place.
Oh, bye.
All over. Yeah.
That happens. That happens. Yeah, hopefully she is feeling much better.
Mark's Gas Station is here. BC Rich 581.
Hello, gents.
Steve. Reeser.
So now we all have to stop saying it wrong, huh?
No, I told her I'm going to forget soon enough. I'm like, you just love watching the torture. He's like, I do.
Hello there, Steve.
Who else we got here? He said hi to all this. Tom Raines is here. The one and only, the legend himself, Quentin fucking James.
Pops.
See, this is what happens when it takes 7 minutes to do roll call. You can say Quentin fucking James during roll call.
There you go.
All right, these are the people I know. My knees hurts here.
Hello.
Paul Leonard Ewing of Stompbox Steels. Blackjack Guitar, who I believe has a birthday today, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, so happy birthday.
Might have been yesterday. Could have been today. Legend himself, Mitch Heyman in the house. What's up, Mitch? Great to see you. George Hansen. That's a new name. I like new names. George Hansen. Hello from Warren, Pennsylvania. I have no idea where that is, but I've been through Pennsylvania. I vacationed in Pennsylvania. Yep. Not so much on the eastern side of things, Charles, like the Philadelphia area, but Lancaster, right? Pioneer, or is that the Amish country? Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Hershey, all that region.
I spent a fair amount of time in Johnstown.
Johnstown? That's not to be mistaken with Jonestown.
No. Very different Kool-Aid situations.
Very different Kool-Aid situations. Speaking of legends, there he is, LPD Pedals.
Hey, Lawrence.
So, Lawrence came up in conversation, as one does during the Water Buffalo meetings yesterday, right? And someone asked, hey, Ben, what's that newfangled, or it was Bo asked, he goes, what's that re-release there, the Coke Capelli? I'm like, honestly, I'm not too sure, because the original release of the Coke Capelli was kind of pre-me getting involved with, badgering Lawrence as I do. So I wasn't quite sure. And I was like, it's not in the budget. I don't know. And then our unbelievable friend, all of a sudden, bing, pops into the conversation. He goes, it's kind of like, it's got some leaning towards a high watt. I'm like, damn it, I didn't need to know that, because now I want one.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, he's got the re-release. I think there might be one left. I'm not sure. Coke Capelli drive. It's got two channels on it. The original, and then if you want to have an EQ section, because you don't trust his judgment on EQ, shame.
Not a good idea.
There. Keith H here. He says, hey, Ben, who's the new guy?
Oh,
I love it. Zing! Hey, there's River Docs.
Hey, Doc, how are you doing?
Heavy lifting. He's able to carry you to 400 subs. Woo! That's a heavy lift.
It is.
I couldn't do it. Doc can do it. Just proof he's more of a man than me.
I'm not going there. I'm leaving it alone.
I don't know what strain is this, because it's certainly working. Blueberry. Yeah, all right. Whew. All right, who else we got here? Must apologize for my absence. Throw myself in the mercy of the chat. Lauren says, no, it's all good. All Dave, all night. Sup? Marshall Murray, you were at the meeting yesterday, were you not? Because you're one of these guys that uses a screen name here and a different name there. And I'm like, you've been here before, and I'm embarrassed to ask, but I'm pretty sure it was you. You know,
you have the Down and Back Cornhole podcast in the chat.
All right, I'll talk about missing Pete Thorne. I'm getting there. Where am I? 8:09. Ooh, I'm 3 minutes behind. All right, here we go. All Day, all night. Beast Rich 581. Grew up near Wilkes-Barre. Okay, that's where I am in the chat. There's the Down and Back Cornhole podcast live on Saturday night. So he and the voice of Cornhole do a great thing. Yeah, exactly, Lord.
They are a lot of fun to watch together, for sure.
They are. They're a couple characters.
Mm-hmm.
There's the one and only Milt T in the house. What's up, Milt? What's up? And we got Daryl in the house. We got Ryan from the Only Way 12 network and affiliate stations.
Great show earlier, Ryan.
Oh, it was at this point I was going to say, Charles, you could have simulcast this, but then I forgot.
That's all right. No worries.
I want to see if I can snag a crowd in. No. Okay, yeah, all right. See, perfect. See, yes, Ben, I have to learn how to change my username on the Zoom. Digicals, I know. I get it, because, and I can relate. So I don't know how to change my name on there. Yep, because that's all it takes. I popped in. It wasn't in gallery view by default for the first time in 2 years, and I was lost. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I just have flashbacks to 2017 thinking it's Google Hangouts, which was kind of cool, but all right. So anyways, yeah, welcome back. So if you have questions for either of us, either, both, you can, oh, look at you all linking things out. All right. Mazel.
Why not?
Yeah, watch also my viewership goes
fills up. Who are all these people?
Probably got a test pattern as a thumbnail. It says it's the bootleg satellite feed or something. I don't know. There we are. So yeah,
completely.
So yeah, if you had a question, you can do a question mark out front, or add us if one will, or stand out with super chat, as RJ would say. Or if you're a channel member, you can do milestone messages. Sounds like one of those cheap, cheesy names.
Tombstone pizza. Yeah.
Tombstone pizza. Milestone messages. There's John Shane. Charles have a good little tab open. Always, Billy. Yeah.
Always.
On auto refresh. By the way, Charles,
yes, sir.
I called a classic guitar out before everyone else in Pete's chat today.
Oh, did you know?
Yeah, I did. What's up, Lynette? It's over on Charles's channel. I can tell by the thing. It does the link.
The little chain link there.
Oh, which doesn't show up when I highlight it, though.
No.
Isn't that interesting? All right. Any Husenhausens. Yeah, so the other guitar player in the classic rock show, Charles, is playing this vintage guitar. Oh, now Paul jumped ship. I see. Oh, I guess 69.
If I know Paul, he's watching it on both. He's got two tabs.
This is true.
Hey,
so he's showing off this classic guitar, Charles, right? And they didn't know exactly what it was, so they took it to Groon's, because Groon he knows all, right?
Of course.
And as soon as he holds it up, what it appears to be, okay, I'll just tell it as I saw it, a Cherry Burst Les Paul, okay,
right,
with a wraparound tailpiece.
Okay.
And then they showed the headstock, and the headstock seemed a little narrow for my liking. Anyway, that's a 55 gold top that's been refinished. Immediate refin gold, 55 refin. Boom, hit in the chat. He's like, so we took it to Groon's. Anybody, and lo and behold, it's a 55 that used to be a gold top that was a refin. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. See, I knew that, Charles. And the reason I knew that is the infamous Jeff Beck album where he's holding this Lester Paulfus on the cover.
Right. Yeah.
There's no tailpiece. It's a wraparound bridge because Jeff Beck's guitar was also a refinished 55. That was a gold top, and then not
everybody loves a gold top.
Right. Bo's here. He's like,
hey, Bo.
Did I get held up? No, it's just roll call and divergences. It's the usual. Oh,
yeah.
Doug's over on your channel now. He says, where the heck am I? Some weird alternate universe. There we go. Milestone messages. I don't know what. Ride. Time for cold snacks and life choices. I
dig. Yeah, I like that idea.
Blue Mox is here.
Hey, Blue Mox.
Every time, Charles, he left Blue Mox everywhere. Every time I see that name, he left Blue Mox everywhere.
For sure. My knees hurt. I will tell you, we've got my knees have been hurting on and off all day all week for like 3 days. And I don't know, we're supposed to get some rain, but it doesn't come. But I still get the pain.
I thought my knees have been hurting for a new Gretsch. I thought that's the way that was good. Well, we got a question for Charles. Milty asks, Charles, do you have a fave go-to guitar on that rack behind you?
No, because it's sitting next to me. Because, we've got a Gretsch.
Wait, hang on. We'll solo you out because that's
what the question was that. What do you want me to do?
I am not complaining, just observing.
And absolutely love it. And so this is what I'm reaching for first these days.
Can't blame a fella.
But if it's not this, it's the Guild or the Pinnipin Skull Stelly.
A nice trifecta of tone.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to lie. Please hit the like if you haven't already. We have 74 people watching. I wonder if that's both channels combined. It should be.
I don't know. I don't know that it gives you both or not.
All right.
And it would be nice to sit there and see that from a point of view in your analytics, because on your analytics you get the how many were on yours, I get how many were on mine, but to see what the combined stream was.
Right. It's negligible because let's be honest. All right, people want to know your viewer base versus mine. All right, your viewer base versus mine, Charles, will look like that eclipse that's happening tomorrow. They're virtually identical.
This is true. But yes, my knees hurt. It is a full hollow body.
Yep. Oh, Blue Mox is finally getting out of Winnipeg. Oh, just in time for it to thaw out.
That's why
we got the one and only R2R3 Locking Nut over in your chat.
Yeah.
That's fine.
There you go.
That's right. Bo, I don't know if you knew this, Charles. Bo was heading out to Lynch Mob, right? Mm-hmm. And at first, well, you wouldn't have known it. For Monday after Monday show, we're doing the post show hang, because he's one of those big wigs, right?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm not sure if I can make the Buffalo meeting because I'm supposed to go see Lynch Mob with Jeanette. I'm like, oh, far out, But then he said, oh wait, it's during the day. I can do both. I'm like, you can. Jeanette's like, all right. Took his daughter instead. She had a blast, apparently. Just saying. Photos with the band.
Yeah, I heard she was a convert.
Right?
Excellent.
R2's over my chat now. Another raid. It's all raid. He's double fisting the raid.
Hey,
now Clinton's over in your chat. Tony Legato. Legato, Mr. Legato. What's up, Zach Thong?
The real drawback to doing the double live stream is that you don't get the same chat on both channels, right? Yeah, I wish they'd work that out. That'd be nice.
What's up, Mr. Mick and Eric Warren?
Eric Warrington. How are you doing?
Nice. So, and before I forget, I'm going to try to get out tomorrow morning because I hope they haven't sold it. I'm hoping to play Murphy Lab, Lester
That's
Paul
right.
girls, and then I'm really hoping I don't fall in love with it.
Called in to see if it was still there. But,
I gotta shoot more videos anyway, so I'm there regardless tomorrow.
But what you should have done was
Doc has both chats open and it sounds like an acid trip. You can't mute one.
Gotta love it.
And Herb, I can stand out in chat. It's on now. Member for a full year. Look at that.
There you go.
Oh, speaking of which, I will be giving away some more channel memberships on tomorrow night's show.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, that'll be fun. As well as bad album covers, which this guy is going to be guest starring for that segment. In theory.
That's right.
In theory.
In theory, I should be there.
Well, considering it was announced like previous Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna start doing that coming on, and then he didn't show up.
It happened
because his wife she had the vid, so we're like easy. All right, I get it. So,
boy,
Quentin's like it's dark here. The clips come early to the flat Earth. No, your eyes are closed. Just your eyes are closed.
Oh, too funny. Hey, Mr. Mick is in.
Mr. Mick!
And in on both ends. So there you go.
Yeah. So that did sound bad, Doug. I'm not even reading that out loud. But you know what? In case anyone can't read the chat and misses it, we want to make sure both chats know what my cousin is really craving right now. Not only did he walk in, he kicked the door open, Charles, right? Like, that's on him.
Kicked it open and set it on fire.
That's on him. Ooh, me. So, all right. Ryan just wants to let us know he was a bad influence on Randy Price. How many guitars has Randy bought since he was hanging out with you, Ryan?
Well, he bought the Les Paul, right? Rather nice one,
right? There we go. Oh, cheers, spring a leak, just like myself. Things have taken a dark turn in the chat. BCP
for sure. I was at work the other day, and I'm sitting on the edge of my chair. My chair starts falling and going down a little bit at a time. And when you're it's one of the things where you're doing something you can't really stop. And I'm like, yeah, this is like Ben's show.
Blackjack, I think Quentin's in the other. He's over in Charles's chat.
Oh,
I'm aware, Ryan. You do not need to remind me.
Yeah, I love that.
I'll just sit here in the corner and let Randy do his thing. Speaking of, I don't know if you know this, Charles, but there we go. Next week's guest is going to be Guitar Man 45 here on the Sunday Night Hang because he got his fiber. So
he's got it. Yep, he's got his fiber in and did that test run of it on the Water Buffalo meeting.
Yep. Yeah. Which I forgot, and then literally as soon as he jumped in your chat today, I'm like, ding ding! I'm like, I got to book him before Charles does.
Oh, you bastard!
Like gold like that. Well, you were busy. See, I took advantage. You were busy doing the show. So
I see how it goes. All right.
So, Bo will be on 1 week from tonight, and then
I'm looking forward to that. And Bo, when you want to come on a real show, just
It's cutting the umbilical cord with Charles Sunday in Eastern because nobody gives a fuck about Central. Although, as I noticed, you've been floating that out there. You know, if anyone cares. Won't even miss it. You're sneaky.
Yep, for sure.
Looks like R2's enjoying the wide open spaces of your empty ass chat. So he says I can fart over here. Somehow we have 76 people watching. Biggest crowd in weeks. My God, you do have a following, dude.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't think I was pulling 76 when we had that RJ Ronquillo kid here.
Yeah, well, he's all right.
A few weeks back.
Well, it's nice to see Terry, get up and around and out.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so I got to put up. So Ryan says, Bo's got the fiber, so everything should flow smoothly. And immediately, as soon as I'm thinking that, what I was thinking, Billy wrote, at our age, fiber is essential. Preach on, brother Billy. Absolute mayhem in the house.
Hey, man, how are you?
So do you have any picks for me? Oh, by the way, yes, I should ask, in all fairness, please, again, Charles, go on the Belleville Long McQuaid and pick out some guitars. Because, last year when you're like, you should check out that fancy Gretsch, remember the burst with all that?
Oh, yeah.
That video has been one of my better videos since I've done it. Performing over the last 6 months. So, yes.
I'll see if once we're done here, if I can manage to do that.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm saying. Hey, it'll be fun. Because if you message me tomorrow, I'm like, hey, you're supposed to be working. You're like, hey, I'm assisting you. So that's work.
And I have to go into the office tomorrow. And Tuesday and Thursday.
God. You see, you can't tell me that. Because now you're getting a meme sent at some random. The OU crew is number 400. A new name in the chat. I wonder who that could be, Charles.
I have no idea.
Not someone's backup account.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm just going to put that up there.
Oh, this is wrong.
Well, I think it's kind of funny considering what did you dress up as for the Halloween hang?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, this is we could not go to an event together like those two brothers, Ben and Charles. So they're not brothers. You sure? Are you sure? They're wearing the matching Gretsch hats.
Oh,
yeah, that would not be good. Just me going crazy and you face palming every 14 minutes. Where do you and Trev find those album covers? I belong to a face space group that are good enough to share a variety of them. And a few of y'all have sent some quality work. Charles has actually found some out in the wild that he's the only one I've seen that's physically got his hands on. So, face space.
And I think that's an interesting part of that story. I sent you some pretty good ones from a thrift shop and went back to reshoot them just because of all the glare on them. And all but one had sold. And I'm thinking to myself, who's buying this?
Oh, look at that.
Ah.
Mr. I made my way in through a bride.
There you go. I like
that.
Well,
Christopher Live Silva in the chat and Eric Warrington right there. Yeah.
Hello there.
Evening, gentlemen.
That's a nice little guitar here.
Oh, wow. With digitals, it actually you can see and hear us and everything on the first try, too.
Yes, it's a constant struggle. Yeah, that's for sure. It is.
Yeah, you did, Doug. It is funny because Doug was translating some of those, Charles, and they like their album titles were like All the Cock and More Cock and The Greatest Cock. And so, Ben and Charles McKenzie. I like it.
Now I have the image. Okay.
The Token Lounge on 420. Well, Bo, you are a farmer of sorts, so that'll work.
Yeah, you could be the sponsor.
Right.
That'll be a great show. King's X is amazing. They're just amazing live.
Yeah.
What's
up, Patrick Schreitz?
Hey, Patrick.
He was in the hang yesterday.
Yeah, he was.
Zach Thong was there. I'm trying to think all who was there. We had about 25 people, 26 at various times. It never peaked at really over 20, Charles. But
well, it was at a fair good amount when I left. And so, Chris,
hey, there's RJ the Mad One.
How are you, sir?
Bus.
I was just saying good evening. That's all.
I know, and you were ignored.
There was no confusing question. It was just good evening. How are you?
And still ignored.
Yeah.
You know what it is? because Chris is still his brain's locked on the middle pickup position and how I get such amazing tones out of it, and he can't. It's like, this is what a bride gets on this channel.
I want to respond, but I don't want to be mean to my brother Ben.
We can take another poll.
The middle, take another poll. Middle position still sucks. When it's purely middle for me in my strats, what Ben incorrectly calls position 2, which is position 4.
Who starts? What are we?
Now let me finish.
Was Leo Fender Muslim? He went from right to left.
Position 3. Not so much. Something straight down the middle.
Yeah, 3 doesn't count. 3 doesn't count on the strat because middle position has to be multiple
on the beautiful fabric top that I will, never part with. That
possibly
Charles
the finest,
amazing.
I was going to say possibly the finest creation Charles has ever made, but the boy is pretty good too, Charles. I'm just saying. Your son is pretty good too. Second best thing you've ever created. How about we go with that? Just in case your son's watching. So he's not.
Well, I got asked this morning, my guest asked me this morning which was my favorite one I've done. And that
I
was
remember that.
Yeah.
No, was not.
You can't have it. I own it. Yeah. But it'll suddenly get back to you at some point, Charles. Like when I die. It'll come back to you. Until then, no one's ever going to own it.
We're not looking forward to that happening.
No one's ever going to own it or play it. Just me. Although at a recent jam that I both told you about, I went to a garage jam when I was in a bad spot. And a buddy of mine asked me, just come over and just make noise. And so I took over the nice Drive A, Ben signature pedal from LPD and this, and just plugged into some random amp and made a huge amount of noise, and it was a whole lot of fun. But my buddy was looking at it, can I play that? No. No, Chris, really, can I play that? No. Then at the end of the night, let me try it. He looked at it, did, this kind of thing, looked it over because, it looks all pretty, and it is.
It is.
Plugged it in and then just did, something like that. And he's like, ooh, he made this play well. Yeah, he spent a lot of time into it. So it's not a wall hanger. It, a lot of sweat and time on this. So yeah, even after I tease my buddy with it, saying, "Oh, you can't play it," and then he did, and then he did, I had a hard time getting it out of his hands. Just saying.
Hey, Jimmy.
What's up, Jimmy? Great seeing you on with Charles earlier today.
Yeah, great interview.
And that's a great story for me to hear, because especially where we know how you feel about the Squires.
Hey, I know he has standards when it comes to guitars based on his experience when buying and selling, and and running into issues on guitars, and which is that's good, because I wish I could just pick up any guitar and play it. I'm the same way. I can't. It's like Scott Brockway was asking me earlier today in Pete Thorne's chat, like, so how'd you find that Epiphone Alex Lifeson guitar? And I said I couldn't play it because the high E kept rolling off the side of the neck.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, the same problem he had with his guitar. You got to get rid of the R5 nut and put an R3 on it. And I'm pretty sure it already had an R3 nut on it, because it was like a violin neck or a mandolin neck on it. It was ridiculously narrow. It's the narrowest Les Paul neck I've played in ages. And he went, oh. I was like, yeah. I was like, no. I'm like, I don't know. An R1? Do they exist? and I think they do for mandolins with Floyd Rose systems, which is a thing. Look it up. It's not.
I think they do.
I just made it up.
But that's an Epiphone for you, though. And
I haven't had history of Gibby, but the Gibby might be the same. You know,
they keep going up in price, and that pisses me off because they just fucking shouldn't. They just shouldn't. They're not.
What's up, Ian's Guitar Shack?
Talked about before the difference between someone trying or owning an Epiphone and then buying a
guitar. So Bose doesn't pop off.
Being a Squire in in America.
Maybe it's the me problem, Charles. It could be the way I play.
It could be. It could be that each guitar is different coming out the factory too.
Well, it shouldn't be. It's all CNC.
It shouldn't be, but doesn't mean it doesn't.
Right. That's true. Touche, Charles. That's why they have QA departments. That's right.
Sure.
That's right. The new Lurks octave pedal just came out from. But I think it's an Octafuzz, and it's an Octafuzz, so it's an Octafuzz. I don't need that in my life. That's just pissing off my tinnitus. That's all that's going to do.
Has that ever worked out well, combining two pedals in one where it does what you really want it to do?
Yes.
Okay, so which pedal?
I don't think so. I think you might be right, Charles.
He was pretty quick on that, yes. So he's got
an opinion. So what do you say? And if you say it's something with just happens to have a boost in it, Chris, a clean boost and something else, that doesn't fucking count.
Fair enough.
I was waiting.
Fair enough.
Now, I am not going to. Now,
I was going to say, hold on. That's exactly what I was going to bring up.
And the reason I say no is because two pedals, 2-in-1, combo. Can't be a stacked or a 2-channel awesomeness like an 87 Deluxe. Like when I think two pedals, Charles, it's like
two different
chorus and vibrato in one pedal, or like that 2-in-1, or octave and a fuzz, or I don't know, a distortion with a delay. Lawrence, you build like a 2-channel amp, so that's goodness. That's 2 different channels.
Mm-hmm.
Arf the Dog says fuzz wah. I have no experience with a fuzz wah. I have limited experience with fuzz. Next to none with wah. Possibly. I don't know.
I'm just trying to figure out what that might sound like.
Michael Krause. Good thing he's saying it from your chat, so I can't ban him. Fuzz and octave up are like chocolate and peanut butter together. They're made to go together. They're not. They're not.
That was a strategic comment.
At best, it's peanut butter and raspberry jam. Someone just said a Klon and a blues breaker, which would be
Lawrence. Lawrence. Yep, that's what I'm saying.
I almost hit remove instead of solo. I almost hit the Charles. All right. Well, yeah. See, like, there's no labels. I don't know what the hell that.
How are we supposed to know?
There
it is.
And the Phoenix Fuzz.
Right.
And it took me so long to get here because I had to rip it off my board.
Right, and I forgot that the labels are right above the buttons. So I can. Whoop!
I know exactly what they are.
I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. That's why I need a producer.
That's lifestyle choices.
It is clearly. Paul P. Man Howland in the house. He says reverb and tremolo in one pedal. See, I like that idea, Paul. But as I look down. And I'm going to say, and we were talking about it yesterday, Chris, during the Water Buffalo meeting. I have been loading up on some Keeley products over the last couple of years as well.
Yep.
My second favorite pedal company behind Lawrence. So the Hydra is a reverb and tremolo. Guess what? I don't really like the fucking tremolo in it. Sorry. I own better. It's okay. It's good. But it's not my Catalan bred one that's way better.
For some reason, with reverb tremolos, the tremolo always seems to suffer. The reverb could be, yes, Sir Lawrence of the Pedals, sorry, I'm going to curse, darn master. Yeah.
Okay, so what is the
sure, but the tremolo always seems to suffer on a reverb tremolo.
All right. Okay, we got. Sorry, Michael Kress says Dane Electro 3 times. I'm going to just say it now, Charles. Like the Dane Electro pedal that has 2 effects. Dane Electro can't get 1 fucking good effect in a pedal, let alone 2 in a single pedal.
Well, maybe when they put 2 together, it makes something that's okay.
The only thing they might have done right is a volume pedal because it can make it go off. So that doesn't work.
Yeah, combining 2 pedals usually, like you were saying, Ben, it doesn't get better, it just gets different.
Okay, so the Flint is a tremolo and reverb. Is that stereo and stereo? Wait, that's Strymon shit. No, I can't. I'm not going down that route. That's like it. We're not going for Eventide. Some say Eventide, but I won't because it's Eventide, like the Pearl Jam song. But no. All right. Who else? Pigtronics, Moonpool, Tremolo, and Phaser. Oh, really? Huh.
That's interesting.
See, now that's redemption from Michael Kress for his Dane Electro comment.
Trying to get back in your good graces.
Source Audio Collider. Again, what is it? Paul has the Keeley Verbo Trem. Sure. Okay.
Well, there is the Keeley Caverns. That is the reverb and delay. And that's good as well. Was Tom Lyle in the house? He says, the Black Licorice Dana is a fuzz octave up. That is a pedal I will never own. That checks none of the boxes, Charles. It had an EQ setting. If it has an EQ pedal built in, then Ben would be all in.
Yeah. He'd be all over it.
Right? EQ.
Yeah.
No.
He's going to pick on me about the middle pickup.
I can't even.
I'm going to continue to need him.
That's like Lawrence would be like, hey, do you want me parametric EQ? I'm like, I can't operate a passive EQ. Don't give me a fucking active one.
Send him all your EQ pedals.
All your EQ and all your Dan Electro pedals.
Send him. And Dan Electro.
Listen to both of you. Jeez. Eddie Van Haskell's here.
Hey, Eddie.
Oh, yeah. And also, he's also in Charles's chat. I wonder if I can. No, I can't. Oh, wait. Can I? This comment is on a guest destination. Only your guest can delete the comment. Oh, fuck, I can't either. God damn. Charles, keep an eye on your chat, man. In case you get random, like a legit troll or something, because I can't. Charles is all going through like la la la. YouTube is wonderful. Everybody's wonderful. He doesn't have a single moderator in his chat. He doesn't put any filters like subscriber only. Nope. He's wide open. Not a care in the world. He's deleted like one person ever.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And Lawrence is saying that there's only 2 of these in existence. So,
and Buddy Blues has the other, who may or may not be starting a podcast with RJ Ronquillo, whether he wants to or not.
He should. He's an amazing player. He's tasty. He's so
I
good.
wouldn't buy a Fox Tone machine, so let alone a Dano knockoff of one. I like pedals that don't suck for $500, Alex. But
Chris, what are the 2
I'm
effects on that pedal again?
losing subs by the minute, Charles. They're all going over to you to still to watch out of spite, but they're they're unsubscribing for me.
I love it. Switch. What was that question, Charles?
What are the 2 effects on that broiler again?
Oh, it's
broiler
and it's the broiler. So it's Lawrence's take on the overdrive channel on a Dumble with his Phoenix fuzz, which is he put in that original circuit kind of with a few bit of tweaks. And this takes up 2, beautiful spaces because I'm a huge pedal board because I'm an asshole. And you know that. But it takes up 2, instead of, 2 or 3, it takes 2 and just a little bit of a tweaking as well. And this will just make your amp and the notes just bloom, and they find a way to, you can play crappy like me, but they actually make you sound good with this pedal. And, not to pressure Lawrence, but for, you know, like the Nice Drive A, like into or out of that is, you know, to the Class AA style amp, which is what Ben's signature pedal was. It really just makes notes bloom.
I'd show you one, but it's upstairs.
No pressure, Lawrence. Since you happen to be in the chat, bro.
We don't need us. No, might do a third one
No,
someday.
we can also pressure him into a phaser or a vibe.
I'd rather do the phaser.
I recently asked him about the
stereo in, stereo out,
and that pisses me off.
See, now had we agreed, Chris, to do the phaser 2 years ago, like I wanted to, I wanted a simple mono phaser. Now I want stereo in, stereo out phaser. So,
which you should.
Yeah, so that's on to that now. And see, now I'm just putting this up there, Charles, because you need to get a hold of your fucking chat. He's actively trolling me at this point.
I can't open my chat at this point without making mass chaos in the noise level here.
Can't you operate it from within StreamYard?
Well, yeah, I guess I could. Yes, I can.
Well, I guess I could. Yeah, okay, easy there, noob.
Steve and I agree. The Cloudburst is an amazing verb pedal for sure. It takes up too much power.
Oh, look at that. We're down to 69 viewers, Charles. We're up to like 79 a few minutes ago, and they're all just, why am I here?
Yeah. What did I do?
But yeah, it's funny. Lawrence he's been busy. He may have missed it, but I had briefly joined a band a couple weeks ago, and so I built a smaller board for jamming. And I didn't want exclusive LPD. I thought I'd spread the love a bit. Tried, but so we had the radial on there with the boost, and we had a phaser on there, and we had the Akai custom shop chorus, had your analog delay, and the Cascade reverb, of course. And then all of a sudden, the radio was sounding okay hitting the Marshall, but it wasn't quite right. So then we threw the 87 Deluxe on. Well, that's better, but it didn't have a boost because it needed a boost. So off came the Phase 95, and I went, I've got the power boost. And the power boost is because I was able to dial in the perfect amount of boost. And it fit on the board. That was the other thing. And it had to be a small pedal. And then we got the Nobles ODR Mini pushing the 87 on both channels. It's yeah. And then and the title chorus went on because I was A-Bing it, and then I was like, dang it, Lawrence builds a superior chorus. What can I say? Fellow might want to bring that back into the inventory. I'm just saying that was a good chorus. Unless you want to do a stereo in, stereo out.
Recent conversation with
anything LPD is fantastic.
The side deal, we'll call it the subgenre of LPD pedals, Chris. He's already done amplifiers in pedals, right? Now can we do rack gear in pedal form? Stereo in, stereo out, choruses, phasers, flangers, delays, reverb, stereo in, stereo out. For rack, he's pulling his hair out right now. He's like, I don't build it. It's all fucking digital bullshit.
No, for rack analog gear, I know for a fact that is exactly where Lawrence would like to be.
Yeah, rack analog gear in pedal form.
He would love it, and he is. He said this years ago. But back to the stereo in, stereo out chorus. I've had recent conversations with him about that. Not saying that it's happening. I shared some ideas with him. And he said, wait a minute.
I don't know what it is over. I think Carl has a ceiling light on, and then whatever he's got sitting on top of the amp stacks.
Yeah, that is a little glass guitar in a box that my sister-in-law had bought for me. And every time I turn on the ceiling fan, it does that. So.
That's what I'm seeing. Okay, yeah, me too. Lawrence asks, are you willing to do Y cables in it? No. I want 4 jacks, 2 jacks on either side, standard cable, so the 2 in, 2 out, because that's what we would do back in the day, Chris. We didn't have any fancy. Something like 14 ring fucking super cable thing. No.
We want the 12 cable method.
Yeah, we want to have to buy twice as many cables, and so it's a routing nightmare.
And break them all, but it sounds
because that way you always have the option to just run it mono, right?
Yeah,
on one side.
Yes.
That's, Boss set the standard for that back in the day. So, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
we're not looking to innovate. We get too innovative. People are like, ooh, scary. And Lawrence is, why do I ever show up in the chat when these guys are on?
And all joking aside, that's exactly right.
But I think he's one of the few guys that can pull it off too, Chris.
Where instead of having to do the stereo in or out, but that's exactly right. To where you could just do mono in and out, and it's still going to sound great, kind of thing. Especially on something like the Title, which I still think is, in my opinion, the best chorus on the market. And I've tried them all. I really have.
Yeah. The only reason it's not on the main board is because I'm using the MXR stereo chorus, because I don't recall Lawrence ever making a stereo chorus.
No, he hasn't.
So
recent conversations, though, we've talked about
it. Well, real stereo,
Lawrence.
That's a you question, Lawrence. All you have to do is fool our stupid ears.
There you go.
I don't know.
Oh, and Sadie Lamp Duo is on the road. He's getting ready and they're getting ready to do some shows, and so good luck on those.
Nice. Mike Cross. Oh, who's okay? Still in your chat. Does this mean Ben should buy the stereo in out flanger chorus that isn't made anymore? I want one too, so I'm not saying the name. Oh, which one is that?
We know which one that is.
I think I know. No, because I don't like double pedals. That's a flanger and a chorus. No, that means there's compromise. And Lawrence is saying, no, there isn't, because it's the same side. No. No. We'll circle back. I don't want just one, because we'll have another pedal. I can have stereo in, stereo out flanger after my stereo, because I like to split the signal. I don't know about you, Chris, but if I got to split the signal, I'd rather a chorus do it, because the chorus just takes it and does its thing.
Yes.
And I have it set to next to no rate, so it's more or less a comb filter or a detune, or or
because the chorus, once again, I just want it to widen.
Minimal movement.
I just want it to widen the sound.
Yeah.
And it does. More so than a reverb, or different than a reverb, or especially any kind of hall, reverb, or any,
there's more on the end of that with when you add the reverb in.
What was we were talking yesterday about diamond pedals, and then because I was watching. I might have been Michael Krause put in the face space group about the demo, but he did on the was electroharmonic stereo phaser, and he's like, oh, I wonder if a fella has a stereo phaser, and that's in this group. I'm like, well, I do. It's not this one, because I watched that. Because I've been watching that channel for a while, and I can't remember his name, but I was thinking about inviting him on for a Sunday night hang, because I always think he's green screening Josh Scott's house, because he's got the same white shelves of pedals behind him, and he has like a wicked collection of pedals. So, but no, I have a Dodd stereo phaser, and
but I know you're all about that diamond compressor. So
that thing, and that thing is that's the compressor I totally fell in love with in life. And then he goes, held up the diamond phaser. Charles, you weren't there for this conversation, right?
Okay. No.
Okay. So and I love the diamond compressor. Like, I love that pedal, right? So when I found out Diamond made a phaser, which I believe is also stereo, I went, yes, please, I would like to check it out. Hadn't got around to looking it up on the Googleverse, right? So our good friend McCollum Music sitting there goes, oh, I got it, y'all, right? Fucking $1,000.
I was gonna say the last I looked him up, they were like $650.
And that's like, and he's talking US dineros, so that's like 1,500 Canadian. I'm like,
that hurts my soul.
That's no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Jeff at Stompbox Breakdown. Thank you, Michael Krause. Appreciate you. Dave Chase is over on your side. I have the black coffee pedal by Dan Electric. I don't know, what does that do? Make your tone bitter? Because you know it's not good black coffee, Charles. It's nice. It's going to be that cheap.
That's how it depends on how you feel about black coffee. It's like, you say maple to a fella and he just loses it.
Why would you put maple in your coffee?
They go on pancakes, not in coffee.
Right? Yeah, he's probably going to the Star Wars fucking coffee.
No.
I don't know. No. I'm just doing my best.
No, I was just referring to I was referring to people's taste. Like, for example, if I was to say to Ben something about maple, he loses it, right?
Oh,
he can't go.
You're trying to make him face palm.
So that means that. So what I'm saying is, well, how first of all, when you're going to say this is a black coffee pedal, well, that first you got to know, how does that person feel about black coffee, right? Is it just is it full and satisfying, or is it dark and bitter?
See, there it is, Charles, right there on the screen.
Yeah, there you go.
How many people are still watching us? I'll do the first base of the night.
Apparently, my chat's gone quiet. Ronnie's like, are we all supposed to leave and go to Charles' channel? Feels strange being alone in here. Ow.
Oh, my.
I was like, they 6 people over here.
I don't know, dude. It's kind of quietening down here a little bit on both sides.
But yeah, so $1,000 for phaser. So again, we need We're gonna go with that. So okay, we'll be nice to Lawrence. Lawrence has been busy. He's been bringing out some greatest hits lately, which I dig. And he brings them out in different colors too. I see what he does for the collector market, so he knows.
That's right.
Oh my God, I don't have it in that color.
But you don't have it in this color,
right?
And I want them all, but he knows that I do.
Arf's a fellow Canuck, and I'm just putting. I'm glad I'm not the only one in Canada that doesn't like maple flavor. Thank you. I can't even. All right, Arf, it's so bad. I'm gonna just. Are we friends now? I can just call him Arf.
Okay. I think so.
I can't be around most roasted maple neck guitars because I can smell the maple just wafting off of it. Now Ben knows how Seth feels.
I don't know why you're such a hater.
Bird.
I'm not sure why you're such a why you dislike roasted maple necks.
Because I can smell the maple.
But that's why.
Feel it.
Is
Ben
that
was bullied by
roasted maple necks? I mean, I like them because they do seem so much more stable. They don't move as much. Oh, come on, Arf. I was trying to make a point about playability. Ben's talking about smell. Not that that isn't important.
All right. Easy, Doug. Easy. Randy's asking if that's one of your famous Framises.
Yeah, that's one of the frames.
Panthera. It's just Pantera with a lisp.
So if you have more Framis, are they Frami?
Oh, good. Like Ibanez? Ibanez? I was wondering today. That was going to be my question for Jimmy, but I forgot to ask. But then a bunch of people were talking Ibanez. Or was that in yesterday's Water Buffalo meeting? I can't remember now. Yeah, I lasted about 2.5 hours on that one, Charles, and I'm like, I need to get something to eat and maybe take a nap because.
Well, they can go. They can certainly go, and I've been on them and walked away and come back and like, oh, you're still there, okay?
Right. Hip left and then came back. Josh left and came back. Yeah.
Josh does that a lot. He's busy working on.
Well, he was doing laundry
and moving,
yesterday.
And dealing with daughters being sick and expelling things out of her body. That's as nice as I can put it.
Oh! Good news! Found phaser for around 300. Really, Matt? Really? I'd be curious. I'm curious, but I know there is one made in Germany I was interested in, that's stereo in, stereo out with tap tempo, Chris. I want to say
on a phaser?
Yeah. Stereo in, stereo with tap. Made in Germany. Is that KLM Audio?
That doesn't make sense.
KMA Audio, maybe?
That wouldn't that wouldn't make sense to me though for a phaser.
I don't know. Aaron owns it. It's not me. Aaron owns it. And he started telling me about it. I'm like, why are you telling me this? Now I need it.
Well, you gotta talk to Aaron again. Have him demo it.
I invited him back on the channel, but now he only likes to show off music videos by his band when he comes on. Doesn't want to just come on by himself. Saying that in case he's lurking, Charles, so he's forced to interact in the chat.
Of course. Yes, why not?
Good for Alba's band. They've been kicking ass lately. So, and
what's up, Randy Upchurch?
Great videos and good music, and I'm very respectful of what they are doing. I mean, I truly.
I assume the tap tempos for the LFO speed.
I truly respect it.
All right, see you, Lawrence. I'm out of here. I'll look into all those suggestions. Hope you all have a great week.
I'm sure he'll look into all. Yeah, we've only been hounding him for a decade now.
And I am not going to ask him for his his take on the Nobles ODR1. I'm not asking him for that, Chris.
No,
I am not asking him for his take on the Nobles because I
wouldn't dare.
I just bought Keely's take on the Nobles.
I wouldn't dare ask Lawrence to look into.
Charles, would you ask Lawrence about an ODR1?
No, I would not. No.
All right. Well, that's three of us that won't.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I won't text him in a minute about it. You want his number?
I have his number.
Yeah, I was kidding. Yeah, I'm into the chat.
No. Yeah. I finally, you may remember last year, Chris, when the Noble Screamer was debuted by Keeley, I had Rob from Tesi Switch on talking about it and had him set one aside for me. Well, I finally had the loot to buy it this past week. So it's en route. So I'm looking forward to that because that way the Mini will stay on the small board and then the Keeley will be going on what's now becoming the Keeley LPD board.
Oh.
Yep. Oh. What's up, Octopus Ears? Basically, I'm just looking. Yeah, it looks like Lawrence is providing most of the drives, and then Keeley's handling the back end of things. Oh, except for the phaser. Keeley phaser does kick out. That'll still be out front, Chris. That's my out front phaser. I suppose my post gain phaser will be the stereo, blah blah blah, or stereo in, stereo out. That's your post gain in the fridge.
Yeah, I still like the Phase 95. Because it does.
I got Phase 95, but I don't use it anymore.
I like the Phase 95 on the board.
I did, but I found better phasers.
Yeah, but
that was my benchmark forever, though, was the Phase 90 bass sound. The MXR phaser, will say, that was my base that I held all phasers up against until I found the Keeley Custom Shop, which does allow some further tweaking to allows me to mimic some more traditional phasers, like the old Fender phaser, for instance, that you can't get anymore.
Right.
Which is for the Wayland tone, Charles.
Of course. Did you get the Wayland phaser yet?
Not yet. That's on my list, though. I think I should.
It's on mine too. It's on mine too. But I like the Phase 95 because it left or right, button up or down.
I'm opening up the L and
I
right
put it on the Great Cock settings that he has shown, and it seemed to work out pretty well. And that pedal does seem to play nice with others, where most phasers don't like to play nice with other pedals.
No mention of the Wayland phaser. I just put in Fender and Wayland, Charles.
Uh-huh.
And it's come up with 2 Wayland pickguards, leather telly pickguards, tooled leather pickguards. says Waylon Jennings leather Telecaster pickguard, $185 a piece. Ouch. That's not what I want. So apparently they're not carrying it. That's the other thing. Yes, Octopus Ears. The Keeley Phaser has a level, aka a blend, because you got to have a blend. Everything should have a blend option.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah. So there we go. We got Brent just doing the whole fucking work down. Yeah, the Keeley. It's a 2, 4, or 6 stage, your choice. As well as it's got the level and a feedback option as well. Well, and see now, Stephen Douglas, he's talking about Bukovac in the ODR1. You know, he chose the Mini. I have the Mini. It's kind of dark for my liking, and I hear the full size is brighter. And I think the Keeley is brighter. And the reason I mention that is the day that pedal came out, you may remember, Chris, Robert made a point of drop, like 6 channels dropped the demo at the same time, right?
Yep.
And so the one I tuned into was, I think it was the actual Keeley one. And what it was is it was basically B-roll that they're, because they do that kind of B-roll, them hooking up shit, right? Noodling around before they actually get into it. So I'm sucker right away on that, Charles, right? And Book's just sitting there noodling away, and Robert's twisting knobs on the board, right? And, Tom's just doing it without looking up, and he's like, hey, yeah, that's the vintage one, not yours, right? He goes, no, that one's mine. He's like, oh, really? And I went, sold. I'm 43 seconds into the video, and I'm done. Like, I'm sold, because right there, he wasn't sure which was which. And I went, good enough for me, because then I don't have to spend a $1,000 Canadian on a vintage.
Bukovac he's a freaking nature. I mean,
see it, River Docs?
See River Docs?
Hey, Doc, have a good one.
Yeah, because Bukovac is just a freaking nature. I mean, or force of nature. With the way he plays and his ears, it's impressive.
I've only owned one Wampler pedal, and it was a little, I don't want to say disappointed. It was lackluster.
I've been underwhelmed by Wampler, especially for their price. I've been underwhelmed with Wampler pedals.
Yeah, it's just it was like it's like, to me, it's, I don't know, it's like plugging in a Boss pedal. Like, it does, his stuff does stuff, but it's not cool. It's good, it's adequate, but it doesn't blow me away.
Right. Yeah. Once again, it's doesn't get better; it just gets different.
Paul's saying this is strange when the guest doesn't do any talking.
Well, you guys were on a roll, and I was just like, I'm gonna let it go.
Right.
I was like, good for a bit. I did find a Gretsch you need to check out at Belleville, by the way.
Oh, okay. What's the model?
It is the G5227 TG.
G5227 TG. Why does that sound familiar? I've already done that one.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty sure, didn't I?
I think you did, and I couldn't remember if you did or not, but I came across it.
That's what I put in.
Which one is that?
5.
Here.
No, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's
you did like February. The end of February, Charles.
I forgot.
That's the Imperial one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imperial stain.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember for sure or not.
All right. So for those, yeah. All right. Charles is browsing. I always feel like I'm at a strip club. It's like, add to the stage. Coming to the stage. I'm like, easy. Yes, folks. So if there's anything you would like me to demo as far as guitars go over to Long and McQuaid. And if you're international, don't matter anyways. Select stored as Belleville. So you get, the in stock or whatever. Do a search and, let a fella know. No. Back to our originally scheduled program. Anyways, Mark is asking, Ben, what's up? Is there any plans for a birthday hang for you this year? Oh, yeah. Every year we do the birthday hang. This year, Charles. It happens to fall on the third Wednesday of the month.
Oh, does it?
So, Walla cries. Hello. He says, I'll throw $1. I like that. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to, instead of doing the Buffalo meeting, I'm just going to do a live show that night as a group hang, because as one does on his birthday. So it'll be a Wednesday night. So those who want to join in and fully partake, I suggest booking the Thursday off work. So yeah, plenty of time. Thursday, May 23rd is the day you want to book off work. Charles is like,
that's going to be a beautiful disaster.
Ben's my friend, and he's going to want me on a fucking stream. I am, Charles. I am going to want you on that stream.
That's going to be a beautiful disaster, and I can't wait for it to happen.
Yeah. Octopus here says, do they have a Gibson Les Paul? I believe I've already done that one. I think. Was I putting Gibson?
You did the Epiphone LP Junior. Do they have a authentic LP Junior?
Oh, maybe I haven't. Oh no, I think I've done Epiphone Juniors. Not Gibby. All right, I'll keep that. Look, I'll try to remember that. So I've got the Murphy Lab to do, an Ernie Ball St. Vincent for Jim.
I'm curious about that one, about the St. Vincent.
Oh, right. Your daughter's the same birthday as mine. Isn't that right, Bo? Right.
You should do a lap steel.
I don't have the right slide. And besides, what are you going to see? You're not going to see anything. You're just going to see me.
Take a slide with you. We had this conversation.
Otherwise, you know what the other option is,
Take a slide with you.
You're looking at this.
Slide.
It's one or the other.
There's no metal detectors going into a music store. Take the metal slide with you, Ben.
That's right.
We've talked about this at the last Water Buffalo meeting, sir.
All right, there we go. Easy. So, Billy says birthday hang is the day after mine. There we go, Billy. So come celebrate as well. We'll do. There we go. And yeah, we'll do it on Charles' channel. No, we won't, because Charles is like, my channel got copywritten somehow. I don't know what's going on. I'm locked out. There's police out the door. I don't know.
I'm not even monetized.
They got forced
copyright infringement, and I'm not even monetized.
And speaking of which, please
Actually, also
to Charles's channel.
What about an Epiphone Crestwood?
What the fuck's an Epiphone Crestwood? Is that Strat looking bullshit thing?
Yes, it's the one, but it's got a Strat shaped body, but with a Gibson kind of headstock and a tremolo.
Oh yeah, those things are ugly as sin, aren't they?
No, but
yes. No, it looks like a fucking double cut telly.
Please share with the class.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
If it's got a tremolo, then please share with the class.
Share screen. I've been avoiding that guitar for months. I hope it's fine. Oh, Charles already got it. All right. Add to the stage. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of dig it.
It's ugly.
I know, but that's why I dig it.
I just threw up in my mouth a little.
it's like off in all the right places.
No wonder. Yeah, Michael Krause thinks it's nice.
Yeah,
That dapperly, Dave.
If you're the kind of guy that likes a guitar that nobody else has,
exactly. There's a reason for that. Charles.
Look at this. Look at this, Charles. Even Bo doesn't like it, and Bo likes everything. It's like Mikey
would have to be cut perfectly for that to stay anywhere in tune. There's just no way.
Oh, I know. There's so many places where it can go wrong. That's the beauty of it.
That nut would be.
What I love is here's the effort of the double-sided clear pickguard.
Ironically enough, I'm looking. You have it actually priced in Canadian dollars too.
Yeah, I made it easy.
I was like, I wonder what that is Canadian. I just looked over my tab and it's the same price. I'm like, oh damn! All right. Apparently, Charles has even had set to Canuck bucks.
That's right. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. It's not my first time.
$870.
Uncle Larry praises the Crestwood. Well, Uncle Larry's a little. We know that. Even he mentions it. You know, it's got mini hums rather than. Okay, I don't know. Whatever. Fine. I'm still calling you out in it, Charles. And you know what? I might even put a link to your channel in the description of it. I'm like, voice your complaints over on this dude's channel. Pick any video on his channel at random.
Yeah, I somehow think that'll come out as a Patreon exclusive, rather than on Ben's main channel. Just saying, it'll be. I'm waiting
for. I'm waiting for Michael Cross to say, "Why don't you do a demo on a Dane Electro?"
Well, because you would throw it across the yard like you did. Sort of
no, I would play it until we get the laughing. It would be a 12-minute video because it's going to be 4 minutes of laughing after I read off the price. To the point where I might pee myself. So there's that risk.
It's true.
They want the. They want it.
That's what they want to see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I like if you sit there, you start talking about, you got things like, McCall Music say, I kind of like it, but I'm on the fence. I'm not sure.
Nope. It just looks to me like Sears guitar, going to sound like ass, won't stay in tune, action's a mile high. Yeah. What if you actually liked it? Not at the price, though, Michael. Like, unless the Dane Electro price tag is 3 digits starting with a 2. I don't want it.
To Randy Upchurch's comment, the Digitech Hardwire series, they are nice. Now I just find them
they're expensive.
Overpriced.
Yeah, they're really expensive.
But at the time,
I think Bo got into his supply, Charles. Okay, Paul's cats are on the fence.
He might have.
The ventilation ain't working. He's just contact. So, yeah, I got a few guitars. I got a demo tomorrow. The idea is, get at least 4 done tomorrow. 60. Ryan got a Crestwood. Yeah, Ryan's Ryan. Ryan likes some weird ass shit too. So
he does. Yeah. He likes the weird guitars.
Yeah. So I don't think that's the best mile marker.
See, what if you pick it up and you absolutely fall in love with it?
Don't. What if I do?
Yeah. What if you do?
No, I won't, because the price.
No, because he'll finance it.
No, you'll find it. They're going to give you a special Ben price.
Everybody in the chat will send super chats.
We'll take up a collection.
No, I don't like the dot. I don't like the inlays, Charles. So it's already lost me.
You're going to pick it up. It's going to feel like magic in your hand.
I don't like that. I don't like the fucking tidy whitey logo because it looks like a pair of underwear with a fucking shit stain. I'm looking at it right now. All right, so let's bring that back up, folks. So they know exactly what I'm talking about here. So
yeah, but if you
share,
if it feels like a frame that's in your hand,
if you notice, Charles,
you're gonna have to buy it.
Look at the look. Hang on, let's move over here slightly. Look at the tidy whiteys with a fucking shit stain. I don't want to look at that every time I go to tune the guitar. And this was bleached out. That's just phoned in. Inlays, and that looks anemic. That's clearly Powell Ferro. And what, like wood inlay, and what is that? Okay, first of all, for those who don't know, if you want your saddles to last more than 6 months with a bagel stick, Charles, you need a roller bridge, right?
Right.
That hat.
Okay, those look like nylon fucking saddles. Your action is going to lower every time you use that thing. No.
Chris, I still say he falls in love with it when he picks it up.
I hope he does, and he has to finance it.
You can call it the bikini headstock. I was thinking it looks like the dirty thong headstock to me.
I will buy one, send it to you to Fabric Top so that we can send one to Ben.
Oh yeah, what are you
We'll
gonna? You gotta do an ugly fabric
again,
to go with an ugly guitar. Like that's gonna be a very Brady looking guitar. Like that's the one where we experiment with corduroy. Maybe.
Maybe. So you can hear
Teflon. Yeah. No, you want a roll. I would want a roller bridge.
Something like that. Yeah, you would have to do a roller bridge with. You'd have
not gonna like it, Charles. You know what I'm gonna do? Just to make sure, I'm gonna use the Biggle stick, and you know that. Tylenol inlays, exactly, BC. That G string ain't staying in tune. I don't care how many G strings are involved with that guitar. It's the only guitar with 2 G strings, apparently.
But it's like I like it because there's so much wrong with it. It's just
no, yeah, but there's nothing right. Now, watch. Aljon's been lurking. He's never coming on the channel now, Charles.
Well,
no comment about Aljon.
It was from the Lost Weekend Design Series.
Oh, it's something. There's a reason. Oh, no. All right. Hey, Gear Junkie. See, look at that guitar. Made a fella, drove him to smoke. Wait, but still.
Right. It just happened to be handy, right?
Right. Yeah, you got to keep it preloaded when you're bringing up guitar designs. Well, there we are. We'll go for a little while longer here. Oh, okay. Earth's two dubs in. Nice. I like the fact he used doobies. He's kind of dating himself a bit there, Charles. I'm thinking he ain't younger than me. That's okay. I like that. Now, I'm wondering, is that the Frank Zappa reference?
Oh, could be.
Because I remember that as a line from a Frank Zappa tune. Arf, arf, the dog said. Can't remember what song that was. All right, see you, Billy. And hello, Vox Guitars Rock.
Right. Hello there.
It is Frank Zappa reference. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. That's 2 I've called today. A 55 refin. Evelyn the modified dog.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah. Charles is like, what in the what?
Yeah, I'm lost on that.
No, it's okay. It's no cover of the Rolling Stone.
No, well, it's not. But
which, Chris, if you're
going to start with a Frank Zappa album,
put the face palm and look up cover of the Rolling Stone out there.
Start with Hot Rats if you've never heard of or sat down and
we got one left of them, and then we got the big one.
Because I got them all.
I was just thinking, Randy Upchurch. You mentioned DOD for Department of Defense. Now, if those pedals are built to military spec and called DOD, I like that idea. Guess what? They're not. Those battery covers were not made to military spec.
No. Well, it's like, when you get a DOD pedal, that's the first thing it's like, okay, where can I get a supply of the battery door covers?
Does it have the cover?
It doesn't have the cover. That's the first thing.
Does it have the original cover? Because none of them do. Because it was always just.
Actually, yeah, a lot of mine do, scarily enough. Especially the pointing at the octave one over there, because I've owned that for like 30 years. So, all right, now we had a little gummy. That'll get us a little further.
You think it's going to help you make it with them?
Oh, I don't know. So tomorrow night I'll be playing some songs. I'm not playing it badly, Charles. I'm just avoiding copyright. Although I will say,
that's what you say.
I will say, and I can't use the excuse much longer, is we're getting really close with the amount of support from all these fine folks with the channel memberships and the Patreons that I'm thinking about demonetizing the Monday show. That said, you can still do the super chats and stuff. Of course, the virtual tip jar is always open at paypal.com/me. But that way there's no ad revenue. Therefore, hey, you played our song. We're claiming copyright We want the ad revenue. Go ahead. There isn't any. You know, it's sort of like how a friend of ours says, you know, how his podcast, Chris, is funded by the patrons and channel members, even though there's fucking ads during the show. We're not talking about that. But this one will purely be funded by the patrons and channel members.
It would have to be through the virtual tip jar. That way, you can't make shorts of, you know, the videos, which whatever. But the super chats, they'll get theirs. You'll get some, but they'll get theirs. So it would really
it's always best to use the virtual tip jar is always best.
Yeah.
For those that are wondering, the virtual tip jar, I have a link for that. There it is, right there.
We're speaking in code, so we all don't get hunted down.
Excuse me.
Kicked off YouTube.
That way, Google and other artists don't get half off the top.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, DoD made amps. Yep. Stephen Douglas has been a little out of the loop. He says, "So Ben, did you play with the new band yet?" No, I quit.
He did. He did, and they rocked it.
No, I quit the band before last Sunday's show. I was getting. You got to at least do 2 out of 3, folks. It's either got to be good music, a good hang with your bandmates, or it pays well. You know, at least 2 out of 3. 3 out of 3 would be perfect. 2 out of 3 is good. It was 0 for 3. So, Scott Nickerson in the house. Bo's like, oh sure, how am I going to explain virtual tip jar to Jeanette? You don't need to, Bo. You're doing more than that.
It's just another purchase. It's
just another purchase, or like you can be like Bo. We still have, I think, 4 or 5 slots left if you want to become a top tier member or patron for the post show hang every week on Mondays after the show. I do a post show hang for at least an hour with the top level patrons and channel members.
Sorry to interrupt, Bo. It would just be an investment for the fiber. That's
what are you doing, drunkie? Like that? That's what we
can get it underground.
Someone just used the virtual tip jar. Our guest, who has nothing to say, just thanks. I got the
I just wanted to show it in action. You know, it works.
We'll just allow you to see the PayPal logo. I'm not going to let it focus in because it gives away people's aliases and such, and we're not doing that. Plus, fucking Doug spamming me to death too.
Well, Doug's wife is real.
See, fucking
and Charles is no.
Doug had a scare, girl. When driving down the highway, the guys and they got the low boy trailer with the excavators that hang up the sides. Excavator took his driver's side mirror off the side of the old Ford Escape the other day, going down the highway at highway speed.
Oh my!
Yeah, apparently he decided to merge and decided to occupy the territory currently where Doug and the family. Oh yeah, they were on the way back from a hockey tournament. Easy, I know, very Canadian cliche. The boy plays hockey. So it just right off, and I'm like, well, at least you're safe because he could have very well hit and just take him right off sideways, right? Like hip check style.
Yeah.
So he got very lucky. And so, yeah. And fortunately, he's got a buddy that does body work. So he's going to get it fixed up. Fairly reasonable, really. Like $300, with including a used mirror, which is, I think that's more than reasonable.
That's not bad in this day and age.
Yeah.
Just to get someone to look at it and tell you you're screwed is $150. So.
Right. Well, a new mirror alone is like $1,000, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah. That's what's going on with that. So, yeah. So, tomorrow night, we're doing the Bad album covers. I'll play some jams. I'll do it ad-free if we get 3 new channel members tonight. Not gifted. Not gifted, actual signees. Not gifted.
On your own.
play some. Oh, bad album covers, of course, with Charles stepping in for that portion. Give away some channel memberships.
I hope you got some good ones.
Oh, I got some good ones. I always. When do I not, Charles? You know, and a couple you might like. Really? And I was like, yeah, because that's just like a softball for you to get lulled into. Oh, this is going to be. Oh, this isn't too offensive. What the? Because usually whenever you're lulled, the next one is extra.
See, I just and I just realized, that from now on I won't be getting the preview anymore.
We'll do it
until.
All right. Here you go, Charles. You ready?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Here comes the face palm.
Focus, come on.
Oh, almost. There it is.
Oh, God, no.
And there's the face palm. All right. How about you're familiar with? Okay. Go. Easy. Okay. You're familiar with Walter Osternack?
Mm-hmm.
We know it's real.
Oh, yeah. My tutu. Yeah. Yeah. The Zydeco. Yeah.
Well, those are the ones that you found. Here, and one more, just for the hell of it.
Oh, God.
Was that DeWicki? Nice.
Oh, Wankus.
Yeah, but
the guy plays a Strat.
Wankus.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I want that Strat.
So, yeah. Hey, Corey's Garden. So, yeah, just a preview. You'll forget them by the time it comes through. All right. Scott Nickerson's spamming me with photos all of a sudden. Oh, new guitar. Okay, easy. It's like,
well, there you go. That's
more of a Monday thing than a Sunday thing, but what the hell? Willy Wonka's, yeah. My Toot's about a one-chord song, I believe. So was Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. At least the verse. It's just A flat. Just saying.
Like BC Rich's comment.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Ryan Hall wants one of the suits.
I'm going to solo myself out. There it is. It's a special with a wraparound bridge and two fucking chrome P90s of it fucking focus for once in its life. There it is.
And that's a special?
I believe. It's got a wraparound bridge and...
Well, specials usually don't come with 4 knobs. They usually come with 2.
And it's got dot inlays.
That would make it the special.
It's got some kind of signature on the back of the headstock, so maybe it's a Joe Bonamassa, Massa. Or Iomi, I don't know. BC Rich said.
Ran into Angus.
It's not an Angus because wraparound bridge.
Yeah. Ran into Angus to have it signed on.
All right.
Signature.
Anywho's in Housens. Yeah, that and more tomorrow night, among other things. And what kind of demos coming out this week? I don't know. I don't know yet. I have to go and see. Gibson, Tony Iommi, Special Monkey. There we go. 60 Cycle Steve says that's the Iommi Special as well. There we go. 2 knobs is an SG Junior thing, Charles. You've been told.
No, I'm telling you, because the SG I have is a special.
You're regretting praising 60 Cycle Hum earlier, aren't you?
No,
I was all talking you guys up, and you just come in and tear me right down.
No, not at all.
But now he's back, and he's like, I think, haha.
No, I'm telling you, the SG I have is a special. It's 2 knobs. It was.
Is that the special that was a bolt-on neck?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like the even.
Yeah. But I didn't say it was high quality.
Those are the ones that usually come with like a piece of crap amp, usually made by Gorilla, like a free DOD pedal or something. I don't know.
Well, everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah, those are more the guitar-shaped objects than guitars per se. Or that's what I found. Michael Krause, because he's in the other chat because he doesn't like me, wants me to say to Steve, please thank Steve for the pedals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, done.
Okay. VE Value Edition as opposed to Vintage Edition. There we go. Wow, we've somehow dropped to 59 viewing all of a sudden. I think it was those bad albums, Charles. They just nope.
They didn't land on a Sunday.
I'm not even commenting. I'm just leaving. Bo says, "Did you guys know that Lynch played the same guitar the whole set, and I did not see him tune it once?" Wow.
I don't believe it. He'd have to tune it.
He was actually, you know what it was? He had two identical guitars, and he would swap them out so the tech could reach him. But he's really quick, Charles. It was like every time he'd turn his daughter, "So what do you think of the show, honey?" Whew, swapped, right? And he'd look up again.
Yeah, or just between songs.
Yeah.
Michael Chris says he likes me, but he's scared of being banned. I won't ban you. You're a channel member. I don't ban channel members, first of all. I could, but I won't. No, I enjoy your conversation, Michael Krause. Been in water buffalo meetings. Like, come on.
Well, it's not fun if nobody gives anybody a little bit of a hard time.
Right? Yeah. Ryan Hall's admitting he rode the special bus to school. And I believe him.
I was leaving that one alone, but...
I don't think Lynch would be pretending to play Patrick. Now, Ace Frehley. We're not going there on a public thing forum like that.
No.
You want to know my opinion on that? Click that join button and ask me at the next Water Buffalo meeting.
And you can ask them, how do you really feel?
Actually, since we have Charles right here, we can look that up right now. It looks like it'll probably be Wednesday, April 17th, tentatively.
Wednesday, April 17th.
Okay. We should do another review of the 10,000 volts video. Just saying.
No, we shouldn't. No, 10,000 volts was fine. It was the Walking on the Moon.
We should.
Which is not a police cover.
Oh, the Walking on the Moon is...
He's wearing a spacesuit with udders.
It was saying that we should save that for the Water Buffalo meeting, replay that, and just...
Don't worry, Arf. I am a huge Ace Frehley fan. It's just, I'm not a huge... put it this way. I love Ace, but I'm pretty sure that's a lot of Steve Brown on that new album.
We know it is.
Yeah, and it's like Ace admits he didn't play all solos. No, because for the fact it says on the album solo by Steve Brown. Of course, he had guest solo on some stuff. That's fine. It's 10,000 volts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I watched some live stuff with Ace, and Ace can still sing the stuff pretty good. But what he does is he has two other guitar players on stage. Les Paul's and the Marshalls. So the sound is already there, Charles. So, whether he plays or not isn't, a big deal. And he kind of plays and stops, which is fine, but it's just adding to it. It's not crucial. It's not like he's playing a power trio situation. And that's great. Ace is like, what? He had a really good time in the 70s and 80s, and he's still out there.
He's still out there doing it and having a good time. And it's
who's not still out there doing it? You know who's not still out there doing it? Gene and Paul aren't still out there doing it. They sold all the shit to the Swedes, who are doing, I don't know, Digital Kiss coming out now. But Ace is still out there, and like you said, God love him. Like, he's a survivor. Joe Walsh, survivor. These guys anyone that makes fun of Joe Walsh, he sounds like he's drunk all the time. Hey, fuck you. He had a great time. He burned a few important brain cells, I admit. But he's still a great guy. And you know what, Charles? If you had gone through what he had gone through during the Barnstorm era, we'd be lucky to still be alive too.
Well, I'd still rather hear him play than a lot of other folks. So,
right.
Joe Walsh's solo on Henley's Dirty Laundry still just kills me. We know Lukather did part of it.
Lukather did the first one.
Lukather did a part of it, but the weird stuff was Joe Walsh. Where he does the walk up like that, chromatic up the strings like that. That was Joe Walsh, and that at volume it still kills me.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to that solo quite often just to. Well, if I'm stuck in a rut, I can I listen to that, and then it helps bring it out.
If you were in a band with Don Henley, you would have done a lot of drugs. So, hey, Michael Krause is in my chat now.
Here you go.
I'm still down to 54, Charles. I'm still, but we'll go a little while longer. Anyways, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like everyone, Don Henley. I'm like, yeah, they don't even talk about 80s Don Henley. But I've heard stories, and we won't say him here, but I have some stories. We'll just say.
Well, the thing that we talk about here a lot is that this is no good if you're not having fun doing it. And
right.
You sit there, you look at someone like AC still out there, he's doing it, he's still having some fun with it.
Right.
You can't fault that.
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't need to work.
Yeah.
Well, he might. He might have spent all the money.
I would bet he does, but he's out there and he's playing 1,500 seat clubs.
Right? It's like Michael Krause. Ben, just noticed you're here. No. I've been reading him off the whole night there, Ryan. He's been in the other
true, Ryan.
That's when I keep saying Michael throughout the night.
Mm-hmm.
No, Ryan just noticed that Michael Krause is here.
Well, it is that
throwing me under the bus.
It's that whole unintegrated chats thing. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Guitar Man 45 Walsh did have a Carvin signature back in the day.
Oh,
do you have it, Bo?
Greg H, what's up, Greg? He says Don Henley.
I'd be willing to bet you know where it is.
It wouldn't surprise me. These days, a lot of people are embellishing their performances. I'll say. How about we go with that?
Sure.
Assisted performances, assisted living, Charles. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, you might hear them and the amps might be on, but there's a lot of other stuff going on as well.
There's some stuff in the background there.
Yeah, we can't mention Vince Neil, but we can.
We can. So, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Are we good? Do we have anything else to discuss? I'm not sure. Did we cover it all? Do we keep them wanting for more? That's the other question.
Yeah,
will Mike Tyson be lip syncing? Well, you might. Well, it's hard to say. I don't know.
Well, if he wasn't, would we understand him anyway?
Yeah. My favorite band is Kith, right? Right, if I ever see him now, he's going to punch me out. Damn it.
After he bites on your ear.
After that, yeah. Now he's going to punch you out too. One swing, both of us. Ga-ding, ga-ding. Right?
Yeah. He can knock one of us and the other one and it'd be all over anyway.
There we are. So, on that note, Charles is still Charles. I don't know who this paid informant is of some kind. He won't tell NDAs. He won't say.
Yes.
So 1 week from tonight, we do have Guitar Man 45 coming on, loud and clear, because he's got the fiber, don't you know? I'll be back tomorrow night with Canucks with Guitars. You know what? I might play this guitar. No, I've been playing it a lot lately, but we got it until she's paid for it, at least. There we go. You don't have a solid body one yet, Charles. I'm just saying.
I don't.
Said yet, right? Yet. Although you were saying you're not caring for the single cut style, maybe you just don't have the right single cut. Because these are different than a Les Paul, Chris.
Yeah.
I am thinking I may be making my journey back to that single cut Cadillac green eventually.
Oh, yeah. Right, I forgot about that one. Right, it might have enough dust gathered on it that they'll sell it to you now. I don't know.
Yeah,
Steve Reeser, you're more than welcome.
We'll talk about this off air. I found one.
We will talk off air. There we are.
Uh-oh.
So on that note, folks, we've been us, you've been you, because that's how that works. Hold those doors open. I don't know who. Let's let Ryan Hall in ahead of you in traffic.
Don't let her.
Appreciate it. Then I got stuff coming out once I shoot it this week. I got nothing shot, but we'll get maybe even a soda pop. Oh, I got an might do an unboxing tomorrow on tomorrow night's show too. If I don't do an unboxing video tomorrow, so chances are we're going to do an unboxing tomorrow night. There's that. What else? That's it. Murphy Lab, Ernie Ballsack. I don't know. F-phone. No. We'll do lots of. They also got an Epi Greenie in stock too, so I might snag that to do a demo on. So here we go. Happy tone chasing, folks. Be good to each other, and of course, I'm looking at you, Michael Krause. Don't litter.